clearly we have a long way to go. For example, while we've initiated this peer observation process, I think people are very comfortable with the instructional coaches that Sheridan's blessed to have on their faculty. We are just bridging the idea of having teams of teachers, say 3, 4, or 5 at a time in a classroom, collectively giving feedback to a peer. We're also just bridging the use of video. Most other fields, not most other fields, many other fields, certainly in education, the world of sports, we've been using video for feedback to athletes for a number of years. Performing artists, so when they do the high school musical, I can guarantee you there's one parent in the audience that the musical director gets in, so then we'll view it during the week, and that'll guide the rehearsals that we do to then improve the performance for that second weekend. So I would argue we're just on the cusp of using video routinely, where teachers can look at their own videos and critique themselves. Teachers can get with a peer and look at a video together, or a clip of, say, maybe 10 minutes we're working on higher order questioning to cause students to think more inductively, to be able to critique with evidence, or whatever it is that we're working on, to have actual real-time evidence of the teaching that we engaged in to cause that, and 2 or 3 people looking at it together to figure out what appeared to be working by judging what students were able to say, write, and do, as well as what might we have done differently that might caused it to even go further. So I would say here at Sheridan Middle we have a strong start, but if we had to put numbers on it, and I'm just making the numbers up, I'd say that we're 20% down. I'm not sure that I've ever seen a school in athletics, I definitely have, where they're at 100%. I'd say John Wooden at UCLA was at 100%. We might say the same for, what's his name, at University of Alabama, Lou Saban, I think the guy is. But as a school as a whole, creating this culture for rank and file teachers, I don't know of any school that would be what I would say over 50%, because I think this is pretty new. I think there's a consensus that we need it. I think the emergence of inexpensive technologies like video to produce it, and the willingness of people like the people at Sheridan to take risks, to say we're going to go out of our comfort zone and stretch ourselves to do better, and challenge ourselves to do better, and not just talk about it, but actually take the risks of doing it. Because it is a risk when you do something you haven't done before. Most teachers haven't had a peer in the classroom with a clipboard and a notebook, or a video camera, or a team of 3 or 4 people, and then sit down with them for 15 minutes afterwards like we just did today, and then debrief the lesson in detail of what kinds of things worked, what kinds of evidence did we collect from numbers of kids that were speaking, what they were saying, questions they were asking, kids that appeared not to be responding as well as we would like, brainstorming 2 or 3 options that we could use tomorrow in our classroom to improve upon that. So I think Sheridan has definitely the right attitude, definitely the right leadership. People are excited about it. There's the informal things, the enthusiasm, the willingness to embrace a stranger like me. They spent 1 day with me, so they don't hardly know me from Adam, and I felt very welcomed. Teachers were very open and enthusiastic, very responsive to the feedback that I had to provide, and thanked me afterwards. So I get the feeling that there's a lot of positive things happening here that's changing the culture here at Sheridan, that's allowing them to continue to make progress.